No, I'll turn it on.
Tony and I used to drive clear up to Boise to dance that tune.
All right, now we're dance. What is it?
Now we're going to hear it. We're going to get Muriel before we go, that's all. Yeah.
Oh, Pam already got it?
What'd you do? Made a song?
Well, Grandma went and did the town up today. They gambled and had a lot of fun. So let's hear them tell you a little about it.
Oh, we played the machine there.
But we can't talk it sweet because we can't get it out.
Well, tell about it if you're gonna. If you're not, let's shut it off.
Oh, you got it now?
Sure.
Well, Claire Farter and I, we went out the strip today. We went all by ourselves, so we shouldn't have to worry about anything. We stayed till the last dog was hung. We went and had our dinner, and then we played the machines and got a few jackpots. And then we went over to some of the other hotels, just walking there. Circus. And we were lucky all around. First we met a man, he told us, he said, if you wait till tomorrow, you don't have to pay anything, but today it costs $1.25. So we pretty decided not to go, but then we went on anyway. And here we met the couple. They had 2 tickets they wanted to get rid of, so they gave us the tickets and we went in there and saw the whole circus, and it really enjoyed it. And we had a lunch there, and then we came home, and we took the taxi home. And we had all around real good time.
And
What?
You forgot about telling them what you found there at the Circus Hotel.
I don't think you should tell him.
Well, you found that money.
Oh, I don't want to say that. Oh.
You already
That
said
was so darn lucky. I wouldn't have left that out.
it. What'd you do? Play some money?
Oh, well, they want me to tell about what I found. It was doubled up paper laying on the floor. I thought I'd pick it up and see what was all about anyway. And I looked inside of it, and there was a $5 paper money and a $1 one. So we came out ahead this time on the whole day's trip.
I think we'll go back again.
So maybe we'll go back again. We never know.
How many jackpots did you win?
Oh, I won 2 of them. I took a quarter and got 5 nickels. And I thought, oh, I'll see what I get. And sure enough, I got 1 jackpot. Well, then I started playing and I still got another jackpot. So I kept on playing until I didn't have any left.
That's the way to do it.
Well, I had a good time.
Yeah.
I was only out a quarter. You spent for a quarter.
Yeah.
Well, Mary Jacket, Sharon, Rowdy, and Michael. This is Kay talking, and Jean and Mom, and Mrs. are listening in too while I'm trying to say these few sentences. But I believed that we had to put something on here to tell you when we taped it and why. So, here goes. Now, this side of the tape, side 2, was done Thanksgiving evening, 1969. And we're all up here at Mom's and Daddy's house. And the reason why you're going to hear this crowd talking and visiting back and forth is that Cleta Johnson, our blind cousin, got married early in the fall, and her new husband, came down. It was kind of like a little wedding trip, sort of. And one of the other things that they were going to do is the next day after the visit you hear on here, there was a reception that we had from the family for them at Marion's house. So it was some happiness. And we all gave him some nice gifts and had a real nice time. But now, getting back to the tape, there's what you'll hear after I'm done is some real cute herding stories that Daddy and Elva are telling. And so here goes. Elva and her husband Chuck Moss, Cleta and her husband Jim, and Gladys and Irvin, and oh, did I say Moss? Oh, well, okay. She's Mrs. Jim Fisher. Anyhow, the whole bunch is up here, and we had a real nice visit. Even Gladys and Andy Edison were here with Gladys's son Dan. He was visiting also. And then at the reception, which I'm going to say a little bit about right now, all the cousins on the Munson side of the family that are still living were together. Vi and Wilbur Munson happened to be visiting in town at the same time. And so there was Daddy and Gladys and Wilbur and Ryan and Andy Anderson. And they were all together. So it was a real nice time of the year. We all enjoyed each other. Now, here goes for some good hunting stories.
Went up to the mine and finally got there with his bear, so he packed this bear with he had a little trouble with him, packed some more on his back, and so then he had to beat him with a stick and everything and get him pulled down the trail, and when he got down to the cabin, why there was his own bear right there laying on the he didn't know what to do with that bear then.
Well, Mr. Garrett's brother shot a mountain lion. This is up near the Utah-Idaho border. And there was the three fellows went up there hunting deer. Well, these two fellows was way over a couple of ridges and nowhere where they could hear him scream or anything. But they were hunting deer. They seen this big mountain lion. And he thought, oh, that's the biggest son of a gun I've ever seen. He said, well, now the boys won't believe me if I tell them I've seen it, so I better shoot him. So he shot it, and he says it started coming right toward him. And he says he kept it shooting, and it kept coming faster and faster. And he says he was right there by a big tree, and he says I couldn't stop it. And he says, by that time I was getting so scared that my gun was trembling. And he says it got within how many yards of him when he said, well, it's my life or else.
Just a few feet.
And it was just a few feet, and he shot it right through the heart, and it dropped. And he said, never again would he shoot a mountain lion unless someone was around, because in case a gun jammed or anything, a bullet wouldn't fire, he says it could mean your life.
Well, they can't climb trees, can they?
Well, sure they can climb trees.
Yeah.
They have these dogs
One of
that
those
do.
wildlife pictures up south of where on the boat trips where these guys, well,
The one thing about a mountain lion.
they were trapping them alive for zoo. Did you see that picture?
No. On TV? Was it on TV?
Well, those have these wildlife pictures.
Wildlife pictures. They go to schools and everything.
They went out on these dogs and they treated this big lion. And while the dogs are after, this one guy gets a noose, you get a noose out of it. Another can hold his tail. That's how they take him alive.
And so they put tight
And
ropes
his tail,
all over
they
it.
get nooses. They tie him up, take him in the hunt.
Oh,
Oh,
There's that old time that
that's very
story of
good.
the minister and the bear.
He pulled his tail. He pulled it. Turned the bear around and cried, help!
What was that again, Gladys? Mike Muckle, a friend of mine that he worked for me for a long time, he lived up there in Cody, Wyoming. He had a ranch up there, but they used to go up in foothills up there by Yellowstone and hunt bear in the fall, him and 3-4 others. And this time, why, it is about like you talking about that cougar. He shot at this bear, and Mike never was a very good shot because he had nothing. He was up there, he liked his rig well. And so he got this, he shot at this bear in there, and the bear kept coming, and Mike dropped his gun and started running. And he kept hollering. He got up in the tree and he kept hollering, you know, and pretty soon one of his friends coming, and of course the bear had left, you know, and Mike's way up there on the first limb was up there 20 feet high. Yeah, Mike said, how'd you get up there? Well, he said, I was just running fast as speed. I reached up and grabbed that limb. He had to be quite a junkie. 20 feet high.
Yeah, and they will, that's right.
You've been around that country south.
No, I've never been in
Have you
there.
ever rolled? About 40
Oh, let's see, one time,
Charlie, go
I
back.
was hunting back in Dakota and come back through there and I went to, Rollins, I think was the name of the place.
So you turn off to the north, Casper there.
Yeah, but we went south down to the Utah line just about, hunting deer. We got a license in Wyoming, Franklin and I, and went down there.
Big reservoir, the Pathfinder Reservoir, called south of 50 miles south.
Yeah, it's about 50 or 60 miles south there where we went, yeah.
We stopped there this October, coming back from Margaret baby was born. Stopped there for breakfast. So then there was 3 fellows that there's Moorhead, Minnesota, out there hunting.
Oh,
I said, what the devil are you doing in this country? I said, let's one over to Utah, you want some deer hunting. You never see
Well,
a
I
deer
think
hunting.
we'll do that.
It's full of animals. Oh, just thick.
But Ted,
You know, this guy's a guide. He said, oh, there's deer here. I said, I've never seen a deer in this country.
No, that Ted, they had these big jackrabbits, snowshoes,
Little bear country.
and they had mounted it, half of them,
yeah.
up on these boards. And they kept some little deer horns and put up on them.
Like a deer
And
country.
he said, oh, the jackrabbits here all have horns. And I understand you telling these people that.
Yeah, tell us, guys.
And I said, you guys don't believe that, do you? Well, he says, there they are for proof. And I said, well, I've been raising jackrabbits all my life, and I said, they don't grow horns. I said,
Jackalope.
You drop a heart on your ankle, running through the brush. Yeah, I think you want to build it on good yet.
I'm going to think everything that had to be Vegas, so. We would spend on this Australian outfit, everything was affected. Well, this guy on they're going down the road, way down what a great state it was, and how everything grew so large. Pretty soon, it's one of the river went up across the road from him and think, cause what's that? I'm betting that even the 10 of that our jackrabbit.
They ruined that fence not back in Dakota now.
They do, yeah.
And my sister farms in one of the neighbors last time we were there 2 years ago. How many? The foxes come back.
Oh,
Foxes they kill, they get in their nest.
they take the pheasant's eggs.
This fellow we talked to at Moorhead, he said he was down southward around the Smith. He said, well, you really get 100 to get 2 pheasants a day now.
I'll be darned.
I remember you used to all get 9.
Well, he said it's what they had to do, is to get a bunch of government trappers and get those talks.
That's my nephew says.
Right.
They say that they're killing wild office. They ain't telling me that. These foxes get thick right near my parking lot. The red fox.
It's funny how nature takes care of things, ain't it? They
Yes,
get
it
too
is.
much of one thing, why, and cut down the state revenue a little bit when they should put foxes in there.
My son lived in Iowa City, down there.
Whale.
I lived around the ranch, so forth, the Iowa State game and so forth, thing. That each spring, it's only 20% of the trail left. That's the thing. For
It's in
less
this.
hundred that animals get and so forth. And 4 out of 5 trails go every year. That's what you do, and that's more every year.
You get all the state chickens off around we live now.
Yeah, well, there used to be an awful lot of them through Strawberry Valley. One time when we were going up from Las Vegas to home, Dad killed 2 of them in Strawberry with rocks. They were just all along the road. And you couldn't drive through that road without hitting them.
I don't like it.
But they'd have winter killed or something in through there.
And now they come
But
back?
now, you're all up on the Diamond Mountain is where we
I
seen a
shot
lot
a
of them.
little pistol a year ago, that's
Well, that's pretty good eating, ain't it?
Very good. Mhm.
state chickens.
If you know how to cook them, if you soak them in salt water overnight.
Is any prairie chickens
Back
down
up.
there? What do you call prairie chickens?
No.
Yeah, well, there's sage hens and there's a grouse. Like you have grouse back in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But we're getting a lot of grouse up there on Diamond Mountain.
They went flat stock there, you know, grouse. They went up around Fleming Gorge there a few years ago and stalked these wild turkeys. Next summer we see a lot of them, but we ain't seen none since. That'd be all winter killed.
Oh.
Yeah, those ranches up in there, there's even turkey all the time.
Yeah.
First, I had it in Nebraska. They were easy to shoot right on a busy day. The dog that fought a bunch of them. One of them come up, they shoot him about the time you had to go to gun another one. Back on the back and
I'm like in the mood, to go in the work one morning, just about daylight. So we get near the Fleming Gorge there, I come around the curve, there's a bull elk and some cows, and this bull elk was laying on the blacktop road. Really around the curve, I slowed up, just about to stop. And it scared me, I think I was surprised. He jumped up and tried to run his feet sliding on that blacktop. Oh, that was powerful. He falls up, you know, feet just spinning up.
I remember one time I was going to fly over the station, 4,000. We shut the phone. And get it on. Just called it.
Hey, Billy, you're getting tired, aren't you?
Dog along with it. And we were way down the
Yeah,
road.
we've got to go.
Dog was
I'm gonna take her home.
Dog right up the person.
I don't think it's out too.
Look back and see what I was doing. And the turkey got away, he grabbed it again. Well, I got the boom, and I don't know if that's funny or not. And about the third time he got that third chicken, I was there to get the third chicken. Oh, that's I got a third chicken.
He kept waiting.
He looked around each time. Third time I was there to get the third chicken.
I was out with my brother one time, my older brother, back in Dakota. He had really brought that bag full of pheasants. That thing.
Oh.
And they brought that bag full of.
Well, one time when we went back, they all had the deep freezers full of pheasants. And I thought about it since, what they could have done to us. You're only supposed to get so many pheasants, you know?
Yeah.
And we would get out of the state and everything. And his sister Margaret gave us a whole bunch, and we put them in our ice chest and used dry ice on them to go home. And why, if they'd stopped us and us falling pheasants, they could have really fun. You know, we got through all right, and they were sure good.
Well, that time I went camping back there with this Franklin, they own these Franklin motels around, already into some of them uptown, you know. So, I never hunted birds much, never cared much about them, but they wanted along with them, so I did. And, I didn't have a shotgun, so they had an old pump shotgun. I said, I'll take that old 12 gauge Winchester you got, that pump that. And they had automatics, and so anyway, they knew some farms around Arlington,
Yeah.
South Dakota or North Dakota.
That's just 50 miles southwest.
Yeah, well, anyway, these farmers, friends of theirs, well, they knew all the other farmers. They wouldn't let nobody hunt in their corn patch, see. But they'd call up the farmer and said, well, we're going to come and hunt over in your cornfield today. Okay, so we all go down there, about the three of us, and then the farmer and two of his sons, you know, and 6 of us about. So this farmer, he told me, you ever hunt pheasants? I said, no, I never hunt pheasants. He said, well, you know the difference in them. I said, well, yeah, you know, you got to be pretty dumb, you know. So, if I got it, he said, well, I tell you, if you see me hen, he said, shoot him. And I said, we're not supposed to kill the hen, only the male. So, yeah, I know, but he said, if you kill just the males, I said, no, we want to leave any of them home and we won't get to feed them. He said, they all want to save them and take them home, you know, take them, freeze them. And so anyway, he said, you shoot all the hens you can see. So, the first cornfield, you know, you go about every 6 rows, 4 or 5 rows apart, you know, the corn is dead and tall. And so I'm going down this corn row, and of course, I'm chasing some into their row, but they'll chase some into my row too, you know. And I see one running down the row, and boy, I just let him have it, see. And the guy next to me say, well, what are you shooting at? I said, I just killed a pheasant. Well, he said, I didn't see nothing flying. You know, you've got to be a good sport, and you're only supposed to shoot in the air. And he said, well, I didn't see nothing flying. I said, well, he was flying real low, and I shot him. So, I'd come out at the end, you know, and I'd probably have one bale and a couple of them hens, see, stuck in the hook in the belt, you know. And I said, well, I got 3, you know, and Franklin brother said, you crazy damn fool, he said, you ain't supposed to shoot them hens. I said, well, they're pheasants, ain't they? He said, well, don't you know the difference? You know, I said, well, hell, birds are birds to me, so gee, they got after me real bad, you know. And so after the second field, I give him to this rancher, you know, and he took and hit him by a telephone pole in the grass. He told him, we'll come back around and pick him up afterwards, see. He wouldn't shoot a hen, though. Him and his boys, they wouldn't shoot no hen. But after the second field, I think I got 3 hens out of that, and no males, so I said, well, I got 3 more. And boy, they really got after me. So I said, you might think I'm done, but I said that he told me to shoot the hens and we won't have nothing to eat. And I said, didn't you? He said, no, I never told you nothing. Boy, I was left all alone. But boy, when we got done hunting, I just shot some more of them. We had about 8 or 10 of them, see? And boy, when we come back around, we picked them all up, you know, and the farmer said, boy, you can get all right today. Yeah.
In the wood and come flying right down into her dooryard and shoot out and over there the stick.
Okay, so she takes me here down there.
That reminds me of a case of a book that traveled before my time across western Bradley in Colorado. And they had it in Utah. I had a fellow along with them that was prepared to run right.
How long stuff like
like a ranch and there's chickens everywhere. And the guy said, I'm going to get a chicken, I'm not going to pay for it either. So, father and mother kind of kidding, oh, you wouldn't do that, you wouldn't do it. No, I said, I'm just kidding, I'm not going to get one, I won't pay for it either. So they rode up and down for drove a little ways from the house, but off that way, I could see he went down into a great big rooster.
That's funny.
That rooster started running, he went right after the rooster. Darn it, that rooster was running to the farmhouse, in the door, under the bed, and there was the farmer's wife there. He came up the door and said, my pet rooster got away. Will you have to get it? She got under the bed there, you have to catch your own rooster.
Most of those farmers talk more than opposed to them. You got the Texans coming up in there, and people out of Chicago. They were shooting their cows and pigs and chickens and everything, They wasn't going to oppose no hunting operation.
What are you, Christmas cards?
And
Yeah.
they'll talk in a while and let somebody hunt. I don't think a lot of Texans do that. The chicken.
Well, it's friend in Henderson with that card, so. I think we're
Ma, you gotta tell about Pop, who's moose when you was young.
I think we got a long story now. I think we gotta do something
They get now in Utah now, a lot of these ranchers are opposed to land. Texas, California and stuff, and then they shoot, well, the farmer over west of there, big milk cow shot.
Yeah.
I just shot it, left and left.
What about the head there in the valley?
That's way out.
They had a hunting law here in Nevada years ago by Ox Gators from Indiana, licensed about the same as in Indiana. Well, I think it was the year after World War II or something like that. They came in here when they get the gas, up here in White Mountain, and up that way, they found 2,600 deer on there. So it's hard to stop if they took the out-of-state line way up there.
Western Colorado, they flat out from California. Well, they just, the convoy is coming through Ronald there. Go around Meeker, Colorado, and that. Just the end of two horse shirts. Would you like it? What information you want now?
I've got the first one. It's two
Yeah, got it in.
Yes, I have it first. And you hold from that. Yeah. Did you get?
No, Maria bought it someplace
Well,
better.
you got the code in it, well, then, a spot, four spots.
One of our trips, we got to get a restaurant and we had a good shop section.
We was up about 3 years ago, went up there to Flaming Gorge area, something under there. Boy, at daylight, I drove a pickup under the power, big power line, up into the woods, the clearing, and stuff there, and at daylight, I saw the water breaking up. I ducked behind the pickup.
All kinds of shooting, huh?
There's a bunch of deer coming down there, one big old buck, you believe. And she hit it once, and when this one guy come across and walked through the woods and went around, they had 4 holes there. Little war back there. Salt Lake hunters in there, and all this many. That's right, but solar rifle.
Well, when you get that, I don't go wherever there's all right. I tell you what, if you people you know, I get into a place where there's not too many out there.
Sure. Yeah, his cousin back there in Pittsburgh, he told me he was going up to first and they killed every year. It's terrible.
All that is just a hinge,
Yeah,
a door hinge.
that's the name. They drove in the hook. They just got it over in that pile. No.
I
I bet that'd be a good little sideline just to sell them the dirt. I bet you buy it right there in the motel.
Give me an idea. I have a lot there. And I sprayed gold on some silver. And you see the price. You know,
And if you had something like that,
Well, this was kind of a Western style atmosphere, you know.
Oh, you can think we were in the observation booth. That reminds me of the crap.
well, Ma, you had quite a day today, huh?
Yeah, and I think we have to go home now.
Getting tired, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look
Are we
all
gonna
right.
have something?
No, oh, you want to put some of that back or what? Oh, she was one of us doing a recording. Oh, then he just been taking that, everybody's talking.
Yeah, I know that. But I thought maybe you're gonna let us hear it again.
Want to hear some of it? Yeah, turn it back. How many feet you got on there? Mark it down, Jay.
Yeah, clean pork, will you? Somebody's been eating in my place over there and left their dirty silverware in their chicken bowl. It's like a part of that Goldilocks story.
Somebody's been eating my bite. Who's been eating sugar?
Oh, yeah, it's my fork. It is your fork. Who's been picking my chicken and, here is your fork over here. And took it into the dressing. Did you finish off that oyster stew, Daddy?
What?
Did you finish that oyster stew?
Well, just wait a minute. You've been waiting up this long. Just sit down 5 more minutes. Come on.
Come
Get
on.
out of here.
We're gonna tape something to Jackson.
No, he's gone to bed. He's done gone to
Too bad we
bed.
can't get the sound of the angel show.
Well, I'm moving.
No candles for it right
We
now.
got any bells to ring or horns to toot and...
Jeez, 6 guns to shoot.
We're not gonna have a TV show. No. Yeah, we oughta have a little round and see what each one of us can contribute. You know, to the,
I'm gonna go to bed.
going, poem, you know, like what Robert
Nobody's got the right time.
Francis did.
I could probably contribute something because I can remember quite a bit of that stuff that Russ was telling last night. That'd be good.
Maybe we should shut him up real fast.
Are you taking something now?
Yeah. We're going at it right now. Yeah, there. It's better.
And then as soon as we get through, we'll turn on that and see what's doing every up.
Yeah. Probably not doing much. Not much that's worth talking about. Blowing horns and
Rudy Toot Toot.
drinking
Toot
booze.
Tooter, Ding and Dingers.
Janet had a few drinks, Sharon.
Speaking of
Aye.
Speaking of what Janet was speaking of, I remember a story that Russ told last night too. She comes up with more cracks like that, I'll probably tell her.
It's all the shooting outside.
You're all shooting outside?
Sounds like fireworks. Sounds like fireworks, can't you hear?
No, they were inside. I have two. Might just be popping at us from across the street. Oh no, it sounds like a fart. Good grief, they are shooting there. They really are shooting. Did you hear what Kay said? No, what'd you say? Sounds like a fart. It's real more than that out there. Hey, you boys better get in here. They really could be shooting. Oh, that sounds like fireworks at all. Cherry bombs or something. Well, what time is it? Well, it's Happy New Year. Well, come on, man. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to us.
got real bullets in there too.
Now that was Daddy. Daddy shot his gun.
Yeah.
Nasty old man. Get back in here. Behave yourself.
Miss
Chivious things. Better shut the door on him. Nobody else will inside him.
Okay, you do it. Don't they raise hell? You can.
The flash is too close. Should all the acquaintance be and never brought to mind to be and all the Let's sing something though. Gee, that's nice.
Hey, everybody have a cold and everybody get checked.
And he's gonna sing to it till he's been coughing
And if
all
you
day.
don't.
They're already Let's have a toast to 1970. It's happy anniversary to 1969. And it better be a lot better.
Smell it if you think I'm in shoes.
Okay, here's to it and from it and to it.
That's not a good one to talk about.
You may never,
That's a bad one to say.
you will never get to 1969 to do it again.
Yeah, to 70, you mean.
So what we've done is done and.
Here, school.
All right, school.
All right, to 1970.
1970.
May we be equal to it at least.
School.
Don't ask for much more.
School. May Mario graduate.
How about her? Yeah, they were exactly. Very good.
Now that's gonna happen this coming year.
We
No,
got
71.
all the
71 we hope.
Shake
I wish you'd clap. Let's clink it.
We don't smoke it,
Okay.
we don't chew.
There we go.
Yeah. Plank. Okay.
Now you know what next is
They didn't break any.
throw your glasses into the fire.
Yeah.
You better not do that.
Charleston tonight. I got one guy to Charleston rolling in here too.
Yes, we cannot throw these to the sink.
Okay, but what really
Or
comes
something. We don't have enough glasses.
I think it was, some was firecrackers, some was guns. Still like this blank sheet.
They say that nobody got guns, they was all around, all over.
I never heard him do that before. Because we've always been out the trimmers making.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
we
doing
never-
that on our street.
Yeah, maybe we still have to just go around here shooting. You're probably better not to be home. But it's 5 years ago since Blackie disappeared on New Year's Eve.
That's a good thing you got a rock wall fort here for a house. Couldn't shoot through it if they had that.
Rock wall
Well,
floor.
they better not.
This here's all concrete.
Rock wall.
Yeah, but it's more affordable than that.
Well,
Nothing on it.
you know, we know how certain people's minds run.
Wait, what was that? That's
I did everything else that's wrong.
Well,
Speaking of runs, that's what you find.
Janet and her, Christensen and Jean and Kay Ritter and
Yeah.
Muriel and Ted Munson are gathered together here for New Year's
in a present something.
to see the New Year's come in.
Solid died before the company.
So damn weak.
The foregoing promise of a new year.
Herb just said he wished he was awake, but he's kind of half-assed awake.
I would permit that, Earth. I would like to.
I heard him say that.
Good about Daddy now. I would like to have on Earth sitting here ready to go hunting. He has got his hunting boots on, his baggy trousers, and his ammunition belt wrapped around his waist, and his flannel shirt. He'd never meant to go out with us.
You're right.
And then look at Daddy over there in his customary plaid shirt. And
You see Martin
everyday
Platt?
hat.
Yeah.
Easy shoes.
stocking feet, not even slippers.
Or his got
And he's got those new Penny Special slippers on.
Yeah, and sales slippers.
Anyhow, they were going to go out poaching tonight, but the only thing that has stopped them is that your dad has a cold. A fever. All right, I haven't finished my dressing. Grandma was about ready to come over and put a kerosene
Well, I tell you, that'll sure kill
and free Daddy his children.
She'll soften all right when it breathes.
I've had a lot of
She was
trouble
going to shove the aspirin down his throat and everything. Yeah. That's not all. She was going to send Irvin to do it. Oh, dear. And if he won't take his medicine, she says, I think Irvin could get him to do it. Oh, she probably meant our Irvin. No, I think she meant Irvin Stevens.
Oh, gosh darn, I think he's been taking his medicine. I noticed there was an empty bourbon bottle out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he has overdosed. Hey, we haven't got our New Year's kisses yet.
What's that about?
You know what?
Yeah.
Happy
She didn't
kisses?
mean that, she meant her.
Yeah. Oh, New Year's, huh? Well,
I've been drinking again.
I
again.
think I got it right tonight. Me too. Louder. That's smack, smack, smack New Year. Are the lovebirds to the left and the lovebirds to the right?
What's wrong with you? It's that high vacuum.
All during Christmas, people have been sitting in front of their Christmas tree and getting the best food out of best food. Mom! Oh, how can you think about that at this lovely moment like this? You lovely.
Well, I can't tell you, the Christmas tree's all lit up.
Yeah, we've got a glow. I think that's good too. I wish we had a picture of it.
I'm just glad we don't.
She's so cute and you like that camera.
Yeah, there's
See that big cute. They're unfestooning the festoons and having a rip-roaring time. Hey! Child, that you could have do your mouth up. Don't let him move. That would have been a beautiful picture.
So I gotta find a solid place to stay. I'm sure that chair will take the weight.
Yeah, be careful with that chair, 'cause that's about to double up under. Don't go twisting around much now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, watch it, Chad. That's the very first one you were sharing. You should have put that leg on backwards and slowly look through the chair.
No, I didn't put it on backwards. That's the way the damn thing comes.
That
I
thing
wish
is
they
that
were
having
funny
on
if you stick them in
backwards.
the
Yeah.
Well, who the hell did it?
You did.
You can still stick with my damn ear. Jeez.
I always blame when I'm sick of it. You're the blame. You did this.
Now,
you
what's
did that.
this talk about now? Oh, please don't let
I'm
this.
just telling you not to wiggle on that goddamn chair and take some bitch and leg off.
She's not waving, she's bouncing.
Yeah, no true nothing about you. It was a real nice picture given her when you start 1970. I'm gonna ignore him.
This is darn well waiting on your flash.
It's okay. Eventually his class 2 will work. And Katie's eating away. Yeah. And I'm talking away. And your dad's back at the chicken again in the kitchen.
Is that you? No, it's the same. I don't know what it is. Whiskey bottle? Yeah, it's a whiskey bottle.
You can go use our own. It'll be a real sweet film to develop. It's in there. I'm looking for a pair of shoes to put on. I think you just have to walk in there to get
Well,
them.
good luck
Yeah,
on
but
finding
that pile's worse.
Good luck on finding anything in there.
It's hanging on one of the doors. Go out to the car and get my slippers, please. Just to walk in the bedroom. No, it's to walk in there.
Oh, boy.
Those high heels?
What are you wearing for? What are you buying for? You don't wear.
Just complain
Well,
about it.
it's your cough when I feel like it, that's the...
Yeah. Not for a second.
Hey, you're somebody else's mixed drink.
There's some more shooting going on pretty close.
Yeah. Tells how much the time is on.
Yeah.
Everybody watch another one.
Yeah.
I hope you don't forget me this way.
If I do, I don't think I'll forget.
Oh, my baby. It's like,
Well, it's not it.
Bullets on top of the roof over there. Something shot up the end of there and landed on the people. That's shut.
Yeah, it's worth that, maybe a 20 gauge. Yeah, for shotgun. Yeah, we got a shotgun. Matching thing. They don't let that shoot.
Yeah.
I'm tired to find that hot red light.
Right across the room.
Mm-hmm. Speak why I'm doing something to the red light. It's red. Yeah, it all stops the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe she can run into her arm or something.
Well, I don't have to run for mine.
Yeah, her very. No, I can't stand it. Well, I just can't grow any taller though.
Why not?
And if that irks you, then you get to the sewing machine and take it up there. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh,
What's wrong with you?
well,
What are you working
I could tell you, but I don't think that's very flattering.
Hey, go to work for your parents.
No, I didn't have to do it. Didn't work, huh? Oh, he kept that door in.
Yeah. Well, this is the quietest New Year's Eve we've had in years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quiet because our trimmer is remodeling his house.
Yeah. Really had any music in
Nope, just not.
He hasn't even had a Christmas song played by Muriel Munson yet. That's true. Oh, we have to take the Christmas tree down so we do have some. I'm by all of it.
But
Now that seems to be quite cycle.
Just left to do it tomorrow morning. Or this morning, later on.
1971. 1970. Long, long way back.
1984.
Well, yeah, Dalek was born in 1944.
1970.
Nope. You mean 15 years behind? Yeah.
And yeah, he did that. 1960, that's the one that really reached
Yeah. I hear you. Don't do it like how they get it.
1929, after almost
What?
39.
What? It don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah, he was born 1 year before we got there.
Yeah, that was about what? Good more than what? Yeah, the more important 1 year after my fourth time. That was about
Yeah. 1 year after it's both got, no, 10 months or something like that, after you both got married. Just a little dimple darling, just trotting around probably just barely when we got married. And Irv was just cutting his first, or Dean was just cutting his first tooth out.
about 4 months old.
Well, I thought Gene wasn't that old. Are you talking about when you got married?
I was born turning 39. Yeah, she's
Oh.
a year younger than I am. A year, well, let's see, a week. Is it a week? Yeah, well, this is what, yeah, one exactly.
A year old and, from,
Yeah.
you were born in October.
Married.
Second life.
Yeah, thank you for beautiful daughters, beautiful man. Yeah, pretty
Yeah, there ought to be a few more babies that are carrying around here by now. Wait, that was- We have a lot of fun this way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to grant.
Well, that's what your mom used to do to me, get me quartered your eye all the time trying to find me. I'd be kind of drunk or something, maybe throw it there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't move it.
Oh, that's right. Take me out the car out to the Red Brown
Yeah.
and teach me how to dance out there on the pavilion
You
floor.
passed out of that stuff.
Yeah, with the little photographs she used to have, you know.
I was always trying to impossible.
I was on the Ellen.
You did a pretty good job. You did a pretty good answer. You know, this guy now he was good.
Probably wasn't there having a party this year. Sure lucky. Where's all the women?
Boy, and half of the so
Yeah, a little bit more than that, it looks like.
let's break a little later.
A little bit.
You don't have to figure it out. How Schroeder at the little piano. Boy, it looks like he really enjoyed that piano he gave him last year for Christmas.
Who's shorter?
Schroeder, you know, and Charlie Brown, Ronnie Dempsey. Schroeder is the one that plays the piano all the time while Lucy Kane goes
To celebrate Beethoven's birthday. Yeah.
But that's Ronnie, you know, because Ronnie plays that piano all the time. That's beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah, that's piano. Stupid idea.
Yeah,
One of
that's
these days
right.
he'll be plunking away on the roof on me.
Yeah, so I would have actually brought that thing over to church and never depended on. I thought she probably keep it right, but she couldn't.
Oh, it's about, I don't know, about 10 inches wide. I don't know if that means it's little. And it's about maybe 8 inches high with the legs, you know, sitting on the legs. It's little grand piano. Yeah. And it's about 8 or 10 inches wide, you know, the big one. Well, until he can play the piano real good, he can play the record player when he says it. There, okay.
Yeah, I certainly have to go outside and run off the Stevie so I can play with football. Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, up. And Michael can trouble his teddy bear. Yeah, 1, 8, 10. And Sharon, just don't wind that one too hard, will you? I wonder how they like that little light-up choice that being cheap, but. Yeah, that was cute. The hungry couple.
Yeah.
You should have seen that. Oh, that was two little doggies in the basket. They come up. you wind it up so that they come up and they turn their heads towards each other a few times quickly and kiss like this all the time, you know. And then when they do that about 5 or 6 times, then they have these little bullets in their hands, and they raise the little bullets up to their mouths, you know, like they're eating. And it's just cute to see. Anyhow, we all got a kick out of it.
Oh, that's his, got a shark face on it again.
Yeah.
I do too.
What's that? What's that?
He's been eating onions again.
I got a million pieces, you know. Oh, that little bit of that onion dip I had about half a teaspoonful of it.
Well, believe me, they come through onions with it.
Yeah. You must got a pair of garlic around my neck like Tony. No, what
Boy, that lady sure did it. Yeah, well, I can feel the thing starting to go. Sorry,
Get on the outlet.
it comes down a little bit harder. It's much better to bend a little bit more.
I think I'll give it to right in the leg.
The chair leg.
Told her that you have garlic every day. Now that's how we did this in the church. And most of the then we went over. Yeah.
Shopping all day.
So one part. But then in the afternoon we went over to Gladys and Andy.
Wasn't that much for.
With the command for
Yeah, we had lunch at the mall and then Gene and I sat around the mall and Kay and Miriam and Janet walked around the mall, checked out all the stores and looked at everything.
all the shoes on sale.
And Kay spent a fortune on shoes.
I did not love that day.
Next day.
Anyhow, then we went over to Gladys and Andy and we were inquiring to come.
Gene and I ran the road.
And Gene and Herb refused to go and stayed home like
Ron
party
yeah,
poopers.
ran the road race out.
Yeah. And we were having that chairs anyway.
Besides that, Janet had fun with whipped cream.
$2 whipping cream on a pumpkin pie. $1 whipping cream was spread all over the pie. You had no choice. You know, you wouldn't expect it to be sour. Kind of bitter all right. On purpose, too. Susan helped her in the kitchen. And she said, sometimes the woman you buy the and come in the afternoon. Now you know what the afternoon is, don't you? You know why? So when we got there, we
What the hell, went over to Peter's got
we were
behind
the
you,
first
but
ones
it
there.
didn't blow
And
yourself.
oh no, she didn't go in there.
Oh, no, I know.
She didn't go out shopping. She wasn't even there to greet us. She had a turkey in the oven, and I have an idea the rest of the thing. All right with us. We came home and we ate. Wasn't that true on stage too? No, what she did to the turkey after that sour whipping cream. So we came home and we had sirloin steak.
We did chicken turkey once this year already. That was Thanksgiving for Janet and me.
Anyway, we were good sport then and cleaned up and prepared dinner for the next night. The next night, Monday, that was that terrible day we tried to do everything.
We had the lutefisk and meatball. 6 pounds of hamburger bought out of the
It sounds
meatball.
so awful, the lutefisk and the lobsters and getting home and getting those. Okay, we were all set with awful. And everybody, all your favorites, the whole big kind of community was at it, right? We got saw just about everybody we'd ever known. Mrs. Hagen, Lottie, Mrs. Lundgren, they were there. The Sheehagen, all the Sheehagen girls. Believer. And yeah, Taylor Ross and her mother, and Kate's brother, Tommy. And I was surprised to find out there was a pregnant woman. And she was equally surprised to find me. We don't know an awful lot longer than she can. And who else? By the way, Kate Winteroff has chased Bob away again.
Not again, this last year.
Again. And he has the two little boys, and they're back in Texas somehow. He's supposed to be bringing them back out again in January, but anyway, she hasn't been hearing from him. He doesn't know where he is. But she is looking hale and healthy.
Yeah, I don't know where she's getting the money. She's living in a big house on Banana Road over there. She showed me her told me.
How about sugar daddy?
Across the street from Louis' place, you know.
Well, we did fight with them kids just like them kids. In fact, it's not as much pain as some people have at partying with their kids. It's always inviting your kids out and sending them to relatives, you know, and this one will stay with that one for a few months, and the next one will stay with that one for a few months. And anything you do.
Well, what's her mother do anyway, folks? What do they do?
She's just plain working people. Her mother used to work out on the strip, you know, one of those, dressmakers. Yeah, they take care of the costumes for the children. That Lynn Kay, she's up to something. Oh, big kid. It's too much. Oh, she manages because she farms with all the kids going around.
She told me over in the store she had a couple operations or something. She's getting older and older.
How could she do that? She never let it get her out. Well, some kind of.
That ain't what I told you. I told you that's what she had.
Well, I believe it.
I know New Mexico people on welfare do what their medical care people when it comes around.
You know, they can get a lot better. People on welfare can get a lot better with doctor service and everything than we
Can't
can.
do anything we need.
That's the only way she can get those operations. And she knows all the rules.
Yeah, that's in your racket. Order Chris.
Anyhow, I looked at her and I felt sorry for Mom. Well, Bob's baby's been 2 weeks to dry it. Oh, he's got plenty of salt. But he's got plenty of salt.
Likes to drink too much, do with gambling. That's the two things. And that's
Well, anybody can get that crazy about pinball machines. I'm glad I got this perfect husband.
actually some of your mother. You realize it.
Of course, you know, well, my husband is just right. He's got the perfect and right there straight. Right. Okay, Dad, you got the turn, Mom and Daddy.
I just told her I didn't know about me.
Yeah, I already mentioned I wasn't very
Oh, she and Debbie belong to food.
That's important.
Thank you, Howard. Boy, it's just.
I don't think much there's down one.
Yeah, it's like you take our kids little cat.
Yeah.
Poor cat. That program we did the other night. Next said, be all by yourself. And every once in a while you want to go with somebody real fast and nobody just go. Yeah. Pathetic but true, I suppose. It's true.
twiddling your toes, man.
What up, there's a snuff off.
How did it taste? Huh? You gonna stay with me out there? Now you got your mouth better on the other hand. Why don't you go and wash your hands now?
Nothing wrong with my toes. Athlete's fingers. Athlete's mouth. Yeah, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything. Getting your second one, doing dirty line, dancing all night, drinking champagne on the lady, with the on the lady run with me. What time you do for that? I think that was
The wizard.
yeah, it wouldn't be a weird. Oh, that's wrong.
Gotta get water before it's all over. Yeah, no, look out now, look out now. We didn't wash before it goes to the front.
I did from the man who holds the nose on the thing.
Oh.
No, I didn't think you were doing that all right.
I don't think it. I don't think you took it off in a second. That was tasty left. Yeah.
The halfway mark.
Got a couple more drinks, plus one more.
I've been down another drink.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the last darn cake. It's
Yeah, sure.
gonna take twice as long to fill it up. We don't have to go.
You don't have to go hold
We
it.
sure have it. It's taking
It'll
us
take
for all
a lot
the
of
drink
days.
now. When I get to the door, and I'm
Put 2-inch tape on the
and
thing.
for me, I
In that hole.
just
In that hole.
no, those would be the best parts we do on the race. Yeah. Oh, our nasty practice. Dirty joke, right?
Yeah, please.
No, we should, didn't it, Jay?
What happened this summer, you know?
You look at a cat, dead, going up the ass.
You hear what happened in summer, you know, Central, you know, cross that each set and cut that up all over the face.
Oh, boy.
David had a toothpaste, so I got up there and I was gonna brush my teeth, and I said, Ted, you got some baking soda? I don't have any. I had toothpaste, so I like to use baking soda to brush my teeth. And he said, put the toothbrush soda box. Man, I didn't think you really know where I was. Well, he took the toothbrush in his mouth, got it all wet, and he opened up the box, sort of ram it in there to get the shit off, you know, I thought. Yeah. Anyway, he did what he wanted to do anyway. I just wrote.
Yeah, we always make sure you get that. Why should your father be guilty?
That's right. Oh, yeah. We put it in the
Okay. No, never mind.
Yeah, we took a couple of handbills, cleaned out you shot a couple of pack rats in there, didn't you? Yeah, I got one rat. I used the other place. Yeah, you shot them all back in the tunnel.
Yeah, and the ears drained for months afterwards.
We didn't bring it. Couldn't hear very well. I'm not gonna shoot my gun. Let's do the ball, but I'm already on my floor.
You got a pair of earphones?
I don't know if it's fine to get a pair of earmuffs, but I just never come up with money to buy my phone with earmuffs. Well, you should buy those earmuffs from Minnesota. Just put over your ears to keep them warm. That does the job too. Now, big big thing, like I got some of the musical ones, they're really made them up all the time.
Hey, you should see Jean, Kate's pretty dressed tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, did you tell her about your party?
What party?
The,
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah, this one goes. We had a company party.
Pretty good to get away. We had a whole bunch of good food to eat and free drink.
Yeah,
Pretzels.
fantastic band friendship, well. Nice thing. What was
Oh, yeah, my company party we had a band too. There was not then one single band. Right on there.
That's not any good.
Well, this is why it takes practice on it Friday.
Well, Jean had to get up and goof around because he was in the band. It was the beachy part because
Got all overcoat.
Why didn't you show us this band?
And he put bumps on it. And had these cardboard instruments. I had a banjo, and a saxophone, and a bass fiddle. There was violin, and put a piano. We played this picture like that. Sam trying to hop around, and the mom kept getting an okie when the butcher kept it in his mouth, kept trying to get out of his mouth, you know. Larry couldn't get on the side, he kept falling on his head,
After that, they had this contest, and they had Mr. Culver, the store owner, the big boss up there with Oki, and, about 300 guys.
Manager of the store, supervisor.
Did you ever guess what they had?
Oh, it was
Well,
real good.
what kind of money they done?
Cotton gloves. Have you ever tried to feel knot on some cotton gloves?
Cotton work club.
Cotton work gloves. They blindfold them, put cotton work gloves on, and then put nylon on the feet.
They had to put nylon. Oh,
Put
nylon.
nylon.
How's their name?
You ever tried to cut gloves blindfold?
I guess he put them off.
But you can't do it.
Yeah, but he did. And old Oki, he was still trying to fight the whole, you know.
He was going against the old guy.
And then the other guy cheated, you know, by slipping his blindfold down before they started to lay and stop his places so he could tell her at the beginning. But he was second. But it didn't do him any good. The only thing exciting that happened at my company party happened after we left. And I heard about it later. One of the guys there, he's an engineer, with a PhD and everything. No, he just worked there. Anyway, one of the other guys there had said the first guy had quite juice rate. It was really, really good. Really good. And one of the other guys said to him, why don't you get up and dance, Jim? All by himself. So he did. He got up and he did, I guess he did a pretty wild dance all by himself. Oh, man.
Start 15.
No, he didn't do that. And it was long, I guess. It lasted for about 10 minutes. Wow. Yeah, he just, you know, did fancy dance all by himself. The only one on the floor, I guess. Actually, his wife didn't get up there with. I guess not.
All right. Now, third one. I want to get up there with everybody there.
Well, why don't you try? I got to get up and dance about 3 or 4 times. 4 times up the road.
Would be that right?
Well, I know it's bad.
That one night.
That one night.
Well, that's pretty good if you can't have anything. But we know that you can answer, but we got a movie that's really shame on the floor. Oh, well, I don't remember. We were tea party, remember? Oh, yeah, we were on the cave with the theater. Sharon and chicken around there, and all the time.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I wasn't as far as that before I got mixed up with the Janet.
Before you were mixed up with all of them.
Well, I don't know, I might have had you on a payroll with my paper trader. I don't know.
Well, he's always been a little mixed up.
I think what you get is like to have a paper printer.
Yeah.
Well, you got that there down in your hair now. That's pretty good. You got it on your other hand.
I only got to do it for
your forehead.
Who worried about my coat, Dan? It'll be all right.
Yeah, I guess you had a back up thing.
It's going to stretch your rear end.
Now you sound like Ron Snyder. You sound like well, that's the way he is all the time, except when he usually feels pain and other things. I'm getting more good going on.
No, I think we can shut up all the time.
Maybe shut first.
We'll have to shut it down.
Yeah, I think so.
That's even better. Yeah. So on paper, they had a double name with him shooting each other.
They don't do it.
No, they didn't kill him.
That's what you were saying. Oh, yeah.
But-
He was so hot, yeah. I didn't feel like arguing for it, but I had read it in the second grade.
Yeah, not even seriously, too. Well, she was trying to fight it over here.
Well, she ain't got no more sense than that tape recorder got, comes talking. Interfere. Just
That was really funny last night, I thought. Russ was showing the slides, and Daddy was saying something about the slides. All the time that Russ was showing the slides, Mary came over and sat next to Mama. And Mary was just yacked at Mama the whole time. And every once in a while, I had that his ear to Mary and his ear. Every once in a while, Daddy would yell out, "Muriel, are you listening to me?"
Murder, not with.
Mary just kept on talking. He said, "Oh, Muriel's listening to both of us." I was. I also got a stiff neck. Trying to watch the pictures.
boy, she's the dumbest one you just don't have any idea at all about.
Oh, Rusty's pretty domineering, and this is just her way of...
Well, Russ says you get right after her, make her shut up once in a while.
Yeah, Rusty hasn't been doing it, that's why
Well, she ain't got sense enough to get insulted about it or anything. He raises hell whether to shut up, and she just can't know.
Well, if she paid any attention to him, that would be, she'd get very angry at him.
Well, her dad might not be bad if she'd ever say something.
Yeah, I tell you, and yet her conversation has improved. It used to be that she pictured, and then she started on all her aches and pains, Well, I noticed last night that she had everybody else's illnesses down pat. Sure, she knew everything that was wrong with Art Trimmer. And who else? That Mrs. Chandler or something like that. And she found out everything that was wrong with Daddy. It's fascinating. Well, she just had everybody he mentioned. She just knew everything that was wrong.
Oh, that's better.
I'll tell the truth, I can't figure out what's wrong with it.
Oh, he keeps me down, right.
He is just as bad as this way. They're made for each other. They go together like grandmother.
Them goddamn cats. Pack some cats around and then go out and load cookies on the, just like Janet, digging in her feet, and then eat them cookies she brings out.
Well, I didn't even realize that.
Of course she did.
I thought, oh,
You
she
seen
washed
her,
her hands.
you seen her getting, they don't wash their hands, them cats are clean. Say,
Gee, she feels the same way about her cat as Janet does about her
Well, I
cat.
don't either. I'll wash my hands.
Yeah, because I keep getting on you about it.
A lot more. She might have washed her hands, but I hadn't noticed her. It didn't seem like she
nah,
did,
she
so I
never
didn't
washed
notice
their
her
hands,
either.
them cats are clean, he said.
By the way, Janet, but
Well, I never eat nothing down there, I don't give a damn what it is.
well, I
Yeah, I see you just sat there with a bottle of disinfectant.
Yeah.
Bourbon flavored.
Well, she had the cat sleeping on her bed, but that's not as bad as Connie, who feeds her cat on her bed. Can you imagine that?
Who did what? Connie, who? She did what?
She was telling us how cute her cat was, you know, and to keep her from bothering them at the table, she picks out her chicken, whatever it is she likes to know, and she puts it on what did she say? And then she took the cat and this bit of chicken and stuff, and she took it into her bedroom, and she put the cat and her chicken in the middle of her bed. And what she thought was so cute went away, and the cat was hunched over the chicken ready to eat it, but she turned and watched Connie as Connie went out the door, and shut the door. And Connie thought that was cute. It never once occurred to her that we might think this kind of odd that she had the cat in the middle of her bed. But a strange place to keep a cat.
Yeah, people got, they get a little cracked about them animals.
I haven't heard of anybody choosing in the middle of their bed to keep a cat.
Yeah, why the forest is good enough, I'll never know.
Yeah. Why didn't you take her out to the kitchen and feed her in the kitchen if she wanted to feed her? But the middle of her bed.
Ronnie's pretty sleepy. Kayla looks like she's about 3/4 asleep, and Jean is maybe about 1/4 asleep, and I'm somewhere in between.
If I am.
What kind of cookies do you want? Christmas tree?
Well, anything.
Well,
I mean, it's the Christmas season. Gotta have them, you know.
Yeah, the guy's doing it's the 1st of January now, so it's the last day of January.
there's no place to go.
Vegas on this trip, I guess.
I just had a box to me and she was
Figured I'm taking off for Friday morning.
We're gonna try to make it in a day, or you
Well,
want
you're
to?
darn right we're gonna. Yeah, we better try to make it today.
There's been enough people rushing along too damn fast on that icy road.
Well, I hope so. I did not, but it's icy, I won't be rushing. But no, I think the thing got about 55 once on my way over here, and then it's going downhill once, and then it's got up to about 58 or so. Normally, I don't want to drive that truck any faster than 50 or 55. And if there's ice, I'd be going that fast.
Yeah.
I had no qualms about going 15 on ice, or can't even.
Have your road jam all washed off?
Oh, yeah. Gee, I bought chains for that truck 2 years ago, and they haven't been out of the truck since then, because they haven't been out of the toolbox since then, because they've been on the wheel.
Well, wait till I get my arm out of here. What are you trying to do? Pulling the China up or something.
I'm look at you.
I'm not doing nothing yet. Trying to break my arm off.
That's your shooting arm, too.
Use it or lose it. You gotta move it.
But Jack, I don't know if you've seen that old lever action 10-gauge shotgun I had, but I brought him a box of shells for that thing. You know, I went out and shot it a couple of days ago, and yesterday, day before yesterday, gave us a pretty healthy shove backward. Pull the trigger and take a step backward. Keep it sitting down.
Yeah, rough.
About 35, 40 yards, penetrate half-inch plywood, number 4 bird shots. Go clear through it.
That's pretty good for a shotgun, ain't it?
Go through. Well, I figured it's kind of good, though, that guy.
Plywood first, you know.
No, I don't think so. I think I just can go to sleep pretty darn quick.
No, thank you.
Before you go to sleep. I don't want to delay it any longer than that.
Hey, don't you want a cookie?
Oh, I'll tell you, I had a couple dozen bushes something.
Mary Nylon brought out her sheer neighbor James. She got Christmas class, dragging her out and ran around. But yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, oh boy.
Everybody, I kind of plywood shut off light. The pictures.
I must say, Mom was ready to about
Yeah, years I guess you're growing better. She cost me some of that there sheer stuff. I'd never wear it. There is me, though. How good is it? Yeah.
I don't mean it anyway. Everybody's just crazy.
Tony and I used to drive clear up the boys to the dance that. All right, now we'll dance. We're going to get Mario before we go down.
What did you do? Play this
Yeah, Grandma went to get the cow up today. We had a lot of fun. So let's take tell you a little about it. But we can't talk in the street because we can't get it out.
Well, tell them about it if you're going to. Let's shut it off.
Oh, you got it now?
Sure.
Well, okay, Sarah Carter and I, we went down the strip today. We went all bars down to, so we shouldn't have to worry about anything. We stayed the last conference on. We went and had our dinner, and then we played the machines, we got a few jackpots, and then we went over to some of the other hotels, just walking distance. Circus. And we were lucky all around. First we met a man, he told us, he said, if you wait till tomorrow, you're going to have to pay everything, but today it costs $1.25, so we really decided not to go. But then we went on anyway, and here we met a couple. They had 2 tickets they wanted to get rid of, so they gave us tickets and we went in there and saw the whole circus, and we really enjoyed it. and we had a lunch there, and then we came home, and we took the taxi home. And we had all around a real good time.
Oh my God, that's another part of it.
What?
You forgot about telling them what you found there. No, you found that money.
Oh, I don't want to pay that. Oh,
That was the God lucky. I would have left that out.
What did you, what did you say?
oh, well, they want me to tell about what I found. It was doubled up paper laying on the floor. I thought I'd pick it up and see what it's all about anyway. And I looked inside of it, and there was a $5 paper money and a $1 one. So we came out ahead this time on the whole day's trip.
I think we'll go back again.
So maybe we'll go back again. We never know.
I took a quarter and got 5 nickels. And I thought, oh, I'll see what I get. And sure enough, I got 1 jackpot. Well, then I started playing and playing, and I still got another jackpot. So I kept on playing. Well, I didn't have any legs.
That's the way to do it.
But I had a good time.
Yeah.
I was only out a quarter. We didn't make for a quarter.
Yeah.